Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's second video. We're going to have a look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days for today's second video. So day 10 will take us to the 29th of August, and we'll be able to extend out beyond that with this GFS and ECM ensembles, maybe on track of weeks. We'll have a look at the CFS-B2 at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks, gets us into the middle of September, and I should get time back for you in a moment. Just say back first, the video release day was our 6 day UK weather forecast. Bank holiday update tomorrow, I think. We'll do the next bank holiday, the next bank holiday update tomorrow, if that's alright with everyone. Now, we are launching the GavsWeatherVids 2025 wall calendar. And this gives you a broad idea of how the front cover of the calendar is going to be looking. Very, very nice. We have the back cover of the calendar will be coming out as well. You'll notice the grey boxes from January to December. They're great because we've got to fill them up with photos and pictures, and that's where you're coming in. So we have loads of amazing photographers, weather and photography, two things that go together like, I don't know, fish and chips. We're asking you to submit your pictures to me and to GavsWeatherVids so that we can potentially include them in our 2025 calendar. So we're looking for spring and summer photos at the moment, weather pictures that are related to the spring and the summer. And that doesn't necessarily have to be like sunny picture, it could be a rainy summer day, spring snow, daffodils and snow, something like that. Anything like that, So we're looking to fill up March to August at the moment, if that's all right. And then when we've got enough for March to August, then we will be asking you to submit pictures and photos for September to February for autumn and winter. But at the moment, we're concentrating on spring and summer. So if you've got a nice picture that you would like to have featured on the GavsWeatherVids calendar, then all you need to do is email that to GavsWeatherVids@gmail.com. And we'll, compile all of the pictures and photos that have been sent through. I have a lot of them so far. I think so were sent through the photos and pictures. So we'll compile those, and we will pick out, the ones that we like to have on the calendar. And if you can include your name and also where the picture was taken, that'll be awesome. And that information will be included with the calendar as well. So your name and location of the photo will be included there. So thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. The calendar will be going on sale, I think, in October, sometime around then, and it'll make a nice stocking filler, hopefully, for Christmas. So, you let Gav fill your stocking this Christmas. I don't know, but thank you so much, everybody. And as I say, we've got enough photos for March to August. Then we will be asking for autumn and winter pictures as well. Okay, amazing. Thank you so much, everyone. Thanks so much to James098 for sorting all of this out, designing the calendar, etc., etc., etc. for us. Right, let's crack on with the video then. Announcement done. You're going to start in the Atlantic. So, Ernesto is back up to hurricane status. Yesterday, it had gone down to tropical storm. Now it's back up to Category 1 hurricane, giving maximum sustained winds of 85 miles per hour with a minimum central pressure of 972 millibars. And Ernesto moving northeast was at 21 miles per hour. Clicking on Ernesto, you can see this is virtually done now. So current position is here. By tomorrow, Ernesto will be going post-tropical. And then post-tropical storm, Ernesto will be moving out into the Atlantic, where it will get caught up in a bigger area of low pressure up here. There's Ireland, by the way, standing out there. Don't often see that on these charts. So around Wednesday, Thursday, Ireland and the UK can expect to be impacted by Ernesto in the form of just general wet and windy weather. It's not going to be anything overly dramatic, but we will have the remains of Hurricane Ernesto around the middle part of the week. Central temperature has ticked down a little bit more. We're now sitting at 17.8. That's 2 degrees above 61 to 99 average, provisional to yesterday, to the 18th of August. We wait to see where that's going to land. These are the GFS upper air temperature precipitation ensembles for the next couple of weeks. We're looking at Penzance today. Suggested location for this part of the video. The red line is 30-year upper air temperature average for Penzance. By the way, if you'd like to have your local town or city featured in this section of the video, then all you need to do is post a comment and let me know, in the comments where you would like to see, and we're happy to do that. So starting off above average with your upper air temperature at the moment, they're going to be ticking down tomorrow, then lifting back up again around the middle part of the week, then ticking down again. Very zonal sort of pattern there, isn't it? Sine wave with warmer and cooler sectors alternate with one another. As you get to the end of August into the beginning of September, maybe just going generally slightly warmer than average then. Precipitation-wise, not really too much for the next few days. There's some wet weather around today and tonight. Then it's relatively dry in Penzance the rest of the week. Into the weekend, around Friday, Saturday, could turn quite wet though. Next week, showery conditions coming and going, really, but, no evidence that it's going to be desperately wet in the next couple of weeks, I don't think. So, continues to be a mixed bag, as we've had throughout most of the summer, with, pretty dry days, but a few wet days thrown in. Temperature anomalies from the 19th to 27th of August, a little bit above average in England, Wales, a little bit cooler than average Scotland, Ireland. Precipitation anomalies from the 19th to 27th of August, wetter than average Scotland, Northern Ireland, drier than average for England and Wales. Latest wind from map of nullschool.net shows that we've got low pressure just to the west of Ireland today, and we're bringing up this southwesterly flow. If I drag the map around, there is Hurricane Ernesto, quite a long way north now, isn't it? And so that's the reason it will be dissipating back to a post-tropical feature by tomorrow, as it's now in the cooler waters of the North Atlantic and cannot be sustained for much longer. Let's now go over chart data then. This is UK Met Euro Run, and this just here is the remains of Hurricane Ernesto. So that's Ernesto just there, what's left of it. This is the main area of low pressure up here. So if we go 24 hours further on, we see that Ernesto has now been absorbed into its main area of low pressure, but there is another little daughter low further south, and this one could give quite a wet day on Friday across England and Wales, actually. By Saturday, we're just into a run of showery westerly winds, and there we go through main for the bank holiday weekend. High pressure building into south should bring quite a bit of dry weather with it, but north and west looking more showery. Icon again with the remains of Ernesto just to the west of UK and Ireland there on Thursday into Friday. Unsettled weather continuing, and then over the weekend rather showery in the north in particular, with some showers over potentially further south. That's bank holiday Monday, and high pressure ridges into south should bring a mostly dry, quite warm day, but Scotland, Northern Ireland, where it's not a bank holiday, looking more unsettled for KMA. Looks like that. So, again, all much of a muchness for the bank holiday weekend. Looks rather mixed, especially so for the north. The south will get drier weather at times, so. And then on into the end of the month, well, we tried to build some high pressure up from the south there around the 29th. So, we tried to get some warmer, drier weather going, but it doesn't really come to much. End of August, we actually get to 31st of August, same for KMA, and we're back into those flat westerlies, still looking rather cool and showery. The GFS midnight run, once more showing low pressure in the ascendancy for the latter stages of the week. That carries on into the bank holiday weekend as well. So the north looks rather showery over the weekend, the south looking drier and warmer later on. And then we get in towards the end of August, see a pattern change as high pressure builds strongly from the south. So we turn drier and much warmer there, GFS midnight run, as we come to the end of August. And that dry and potentially very warm weather continues into the opening days of September. Very, very typical for the time of the year. Although there is a funky low, actually, across northern France and into southern England in the opening days of September there will potentially bring some thunderstorms and, very warm and humid air. Not sure about that. But in any case, that's how we end up with GFS Midnight Run. Gets us to 4th of September. So that funky low is trundling its way northwards. That looks pretty interesting for anybody who wants some decent convection, which we haven't seen much of this summer. It's been a very disappointing summer for convection. But that GFS run does look quite interesting. This GFS 6 is looking by comparison. Again, we've got the remains of Ernesto just there at 6 a.m. on Thursday. Into Friday and Saturday, another secondary feature further south. This is not Ernesto, but kind of, I suppose, tied to Ernesto in a way. But anyway, that brings some very wet weather in across England and Wales, potentially Friday into Saturday. Then the rest of the bank holiday weekend sees high pressure to the south and east, low pressure out to the north and the west. So warmer, driest conditions in the south this weekend. And then, we'll get Saturday that way, and then up to day 10 and beyond it. Well, again, building high pressure. This is a bit of a trend with the GFS at the moment. Try and get high pressure going over to the east of the country. That would deliver a lot of dry and very warm weather for the very end of August and into the beginning of September. This is Thursday of September. We're a long way out, 3 to 4 hours, but check this out, plus 15 cells ice firm, making it into southern England. That could well lift the temperature to about 30 degrees again, believe it or not, despite the fact that September. And then same idea, this thundery low starts easing its way northwards. So ending up on a very warm but also potentially quite thundery note there by the 4th of September with GFS midnight and 6 egg runs actually. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share and subscribe. Make sure to show everyone 4D Matt. Drop a comment and so we're thinking about this on all of our videos and content. Don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids. Get them to subscribe too. We thank you so much, everybody, for doing that for GavsWeatherVids. We need to put on around, I think it's about 77 or 78 subscribers now to get ourselves to 18.7k. So if you could give us a sub, tell your friends and family to subscribe, that would be awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. Okay, GM, again, with high pressure inching its way up from south or into south on Thursday, while the remains of Hurricane Ernesto give the north an unsettled scenario. Into the weekend, where it looks rather showery and mixed, and we go on into next week. High pressure rising to the south and east, low pressure out to the north and to the west. So driest, warmest weather in the south and the east, most unsettled weather in the northwest there, up to day 10 with the gem. And then finally, the ECM looks like that. So once we've got the remains of Hurricane Ernesto just here on Thursday, what happens after that? Well, further low pressure driving through Friday through to Saturday. Could be some very wet weather down in the south at the end of the week. Into bank holiday weekend, high pressure reaching up south, bringing a lot of dry weather into southern regions. The north and west looking a little bit more unsettled. And then on through next week, well, actually high pressure starting to build over and to the east of the country around days 9 and 10. Gets us 29th of August. Increasing evidence here, but we might be heading for a warm and dry start to September. This is a precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from Tometeo.com. Showery conditions pushing through over the next few days. There's the wet weather from Ernesto out to the north and the west on Thursday, and then that easy southwards becomes lighter and patchier as it does so. And then on into Friday and Saturday, well, again, we've got some wet weather down in the south. Could give a bit of a soaking to those parched gardens down in the south and the southeast. Merrington showery conditions over the remainder of the bank holiday weekend before we start trending towards drier conditions. High pressure perhaps takes over by around days 9 and 10. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensemble today for day 10. Gets us to the 29th of August. 25 members of the ECM ensembles with low pressure over to the east, high pressure over to the east country, I should say, low pressure out to west. And that will draw up wind from a much warmer, hotter, southerly direction. We've got 15 with low pressure in the Atlantic coming in from the west, and then we've got 11 with high pressure over France, low pressure out in the Atlantic, and winds coming up from a southerly or a southeasterly direction. And then in 2 weeks' time, These are the options that we've got, and it will get us to the 3rd of September. 16 members of the ECM ensembles. Let's change the colour with high pressure to the northeast. Probably some sort of shallow trough, though, around here. They've got 8 with high pressure in the Atlantic, ridging through the west of Europe. That should bring a lot of dry weather with it. Another 8, though, with low pressure just west of the country. So that keeps things unsettled. We've got another 8 with high pressure just to the east of the country. That will draw up a very warm, potentially hot southerly flow. And then we've got 7 with low pressure west of either the UK, high pressure to the east. That brings the wind up from the south, from the southwest. Should be a lot of warm weather with that anyway. Could be a bit showery though. And 4 with higher pressure reaching from the Atlantic into west of Europe. And that should bring a lot of dry and fine weather with it as well. So definite indication, if you go from day 10, which is just there, you know, quite a bit of blue there, isn't there? And by day 14, definite, well, we've got quite a bit of yellow, orange and red, definite indications that high pressure is going to be much more involved into the beginning of September. So as I say, we could be seeing increasing evidence here for a warm and dry start to September. CFSVG, finally, these are 500 millibar height knowledge broken down into week periods. The first week period takes from the 19th to the 5th of August. Next week has low pressure to the north, high pressure is to the south, and we bring the wind in from a westerly direction, rather showery in weekend week 2. Will be the 26th of August, 1st September. Again, high pressure to the south, low pressure to the north, winds coming up from a southwesterly direction. So most driest, warmest weather will be in the south with about week 3 will be the 2nd to the 8th of September with high pressure south, high pressure north, lower pressure to the south. That's a bit of a change, and I what I've had for the past few weeks. And then week 4 be the 9th to 15th of September. High pressure pulls out into the Atlantic. Could be some sort of trough around Scandinavia, and that might get the wind into more of a northerly direction. So we could see rather coolish conditions there as we go through the 2nd week of September. Potentially. We'll see. Okay, we're done. If you've enjoyed the video, please can you like, share, and subscribe. It shows everyone bored doing that. Drop a comment and say anything about this and all of our videos and content. And don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids. Get them to subscribe to. It's amazing. It's incredible. It shows everyone doing that. So it's happening on the channel tomorrow. You have a 6 weekly weather forecast. Got the extended European outlook. Try and fit in that bank holiday update, and there'll be a 10 to 14 dayer as always. You enjoy the rest of your Monday, and for this one, that's all for now. And thanks for watching.